Hello everyone and welcome to another war recap, and this time we're gonna see the war against TWSS. This specific video is gonna focus on the bowler attacks, the Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 10 bowler attacks, and we're gonna see 3 attacks. This is the first one. So I was checking those kinds of attacks and seems like those became very popular in Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 10. By the way, in Town Hall 9 as well, as I noticed, Giant and Hawk and bowler attacks are very popular, and I'm gonna make a separate video about these kinds of attacks. You guys asked it in the comments as well. So the whole idea of the bowler attack in Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11 is the funneling and where you want your bowlers to be. As you can see in the core of this base, and it doesn't matter from which direction you're gonna come, once you're in the core you're gonna have access to the Inferno Towers, to that Eagle artillery, to the heroes, the Clan Castle, the Town Hall, Teslas, pretty much everything. Once you get those bowlers, once you do the funneling well, just like it was done in this attack, you have access to all parts of the base. There are a couple of defenses that are left in the outer ring of the base, but those are not important. You gotta know that healed heroes, fully healed heroes, can do pretty much 30% of the damage to the base. So once you've done damage to the core of the base, once you destroy the Inferno Towers, you gotta know that a couple of bowlers, a couple of healers, and your heroes are gonna be enough to get rid from the rest of the base. And as you can see, even though a couple of defenses are left, it's still pretty much a cleanup. So this attack is a very interesting one, and again you gotta decide where you want the bowlers to come, and in this case you want them to come to the compartment where the queen is. From that point you're gonna have access to both Inferno Towers, and this way you're gonna kill the base. So first of all, he was using a couple of bowlers and healers from the right side to create the funneling, and then all the rest of them are used from the left side. This actually allows him to get into that compartment. The other spells that you're gonna bring is usually rage spell, and sometimes you want to bring a freeze spell as well. It really depends on the kind of funneling that you can create on a base. On this one you will notice that the troops didn't really go where he wanted. He wanted them to go to the left side, and notice the way he's dropping that jump spell, but instead they went to the right side with the first jump spell. So this is kind of a fail, but he managed surviving it because the queen is gonna go to that Inferno Tower and take it down. Otherwise it could be dangerous, and he might not get the 3-star if the queen wouldn't get that Inferno, because that Inferno is very dangerous to those bowlers. Even though there's a lot of them, it does a lot of damage to many of them. So you gotta make sure that you bring in the right spell. If you're not sure that 3 rage spells are gonna be enough, if you're not sure that the funneling is gonna be perfect, you might want to bring a free spell, and in this case he could use that on the Inferno Towers once the bowlers are gonna get there and they're gonna destroy it. So we're gonna see that in the next attack, the freeze use, and this is pretty much it. So the attack is very simple. It's like the mass Valkyrie attack. You just create the funnel, you drop those bowlers. You gotta make sure that you're bringing your bowlers to a point where you can destroy the main defenses of the base, and those are the Inferno Towers, the X-bows, the Eagle artillery, if that exists. And this attack is just going to work. It's really working with high percentage of success. I was watching a lot of attacks, and I'm bringing you just 3 of them from this specific war. Of course I'm gonna show you some more of them. This is the 3rd attack. Notice that he's using a couple of minions from the left side to clear up those buildings. A queen is used with the healers. Sometimes you want to use a walking queen to clear the path, and this is exactly what he's doing. He's using 1 rage spell to make sure that he's raging those healers, to make sure that the queen is not gonna die. Again, a couple of golems and bowlers are used to funnel from the lower left side, and now the main attack is gonna come directly from 3 o'clock. All the bowlers are dropped, the rest of the healers, a couple of giants, and this is pretty much it. So the reason he's going from 3 o'clock is because with 1 jump spell and a couple of wall breakers, he managed getting into the core. From that point he's gonna have access to the heroes, to the Inferno Towers, and to the buildings over there, which are pretty heavy, and it takes a lot of time to take them down. So many bowlers are gonna do it very easily. And now you can see how he uses that free spell. Notice that not many bowlers are over there, and now the king is taking out that Inferno Towers. So again, it depends on your decision on what you want to do on the base. You can bring 2 rage spells, you can bring a free spell. I can even think of sometimes bringing 2 free spells. It really depends on the Inferno Tower location. If they're pretty far from each other, you might need another free spell. So I'm gonna try showing you all kinds of attacks with all kinds of tactics, sometimes with a walking queen, sometimes without it, and I'm gonna try in the next videos explaining why you want to use that in that case. So this is just the beginning, it's just some kind of intro. I know that I'm a bit behind and probably other YouTubers already showed you all those kind of stuff, so I'm still learning them, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna show you some new stuff as well above what the other YouTubers are showing you. So hopefully you liked that. If you did, like, subscribe, and comment, and of course tell your clanmates so they can come learn and 3-star as well. We're gonna see each other in the next video. Bye bye.